Hey everybody, Nerd Herper here, and for the last month I have been feeding my carnivorous plants fish food. Why have I been feeding my plants fish food? Well, I read on a carnivorous plant forum that fish food is actually very rich in protein and healthy for your plants, especially when insects are hard to come by. And here in the state of Oregon, especially during the fall, finding bugs in the wild is pretty difficult. Also, buying live insects is pretty impractical, especially for the small assortment of plants that I actually have. So I decided to try it. I bought these Tetramin Plus fish flakes for a 2-pack for like $7 on Amazon. Works very well. They're very rich in proteins. Basically made from shrimp meal. Very, not a lot of extra stuff in them, which is really good. So yeah, just for science, I thought I would feed them to my sundews, my flytraps, and my pitcher plants, just to see what would happen for science. So let me show you what's going on. So how do I actually feed the fish food to my plants? Well, it's actually pretty simple. For the pitcher plants, you want to feed it into a relatively healthy pitcher. So like this one right here, it's on its last leg. It's starting to fall apart. I'm actually gonna have to cut it off pretty soon, although there's a nice, fresh, young, growing one there ready to take its place. But like this pitcher back here and those two over there have a lot of life left in them, so those would be perfect candidates. And basically all you do is you take a pitch flake. I have some tweezers to make it easier. You cut it into a smaller piece, like so. And then all you do is just simply drop it into the pitcher, like that. And it's good to chase it with some water sprayed into the pitcher, just to make sure that it's not sticking to the wall and it's actually sliding down into the digestive juices at the bottom of the pitcher, so that way it can enjoy its meal. But yeah, it's pretty simple. For the sundews, you do the same thing. You take a smaller piece, like, about half the size of what I fed to the pitcher, something like that right there. And then you just literally stick it onto the little sticky tentacles, just like so. And what it will do is similar to what you can see right here. Let me point to it. Maybe, there we go. So you can see right there the little sticky tentacle is wrapped around and is currently digesting that piece of fish food that I fed it about 2 days ago. So the sundews actually really love it. And actually, right after I started feeding the sundews, they immediately started to bloom. You can see the flowers have sort of died off at this point. But yeah, they actually really love it. And it's November when I'm filming this, so yeah, it's stimulating a lot of growth. And actually the Venus flytraps, and as you can see, they're currently starting to bloom. And it's November, so that's pretty cool. I know they're supposed to be going in dormancy at this point. For as cold as it is outside though, I'm afraid to put the Venus flytraps into a dormancy state. Also afraid they might get stolen. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to see what happens. But yeah, so how do you actually feed the flakes to a Venus flytrap? Well, it's a little bit harder with the Venus flytrap because you actually have to stimulate the inside of the trap to make sure that the trap stays closed. Otherwise, it will consider, if you just put the flake in and activate the trap, it will consider it to be a false trigger, and it will open the next day without actually digesting the fish food. So what you have to do is stick it into, say, like this big trap here. If we stick it inside with the tweezers, like so, the trap will activate, and then we just sort of struggle it a little bit with the tweezers on the inside, just like that. There we go. And then the trap will think that there's something alive inside of there. It will close nice and tight and start activating that digestion process, which will be good, because then the plant will actually absorb the nutrients from the fish food, which is great. So one thing that I really regret about buying this particular fish food is that it comes in flakes, which are very lightweight. To be honest, I wish I had gotten the pellets because it would have been a little bit more substantial. For the sundews, I'm not as sad about it because they seem to be enjoying it as it is. But especially for the Venus flytraps, having something a little bit more substantial in pellet form would definitely make the plant think that it actually has something captured in its trap, and it would digest it more readily. And then also, same thing goes with the pitcher plants as well. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Also, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Wow, they're so pretty.